Hello and welcome back. This is episode number 3 of the AXA Flosstube, and today the big question is about selling my cross stitch on the Etsy platform. Do I stay? Do I go? Lots and lots of questions regarding this. Also, a couple of little updates on what's happening with the store, what's in store, what's coming to the store, and maybe just some general life stuff thrown in there. But anyways, the big topic, selling your cross stitch supplies on Etsy. So that's obviously what Amaranth X Arts is doing, well, hoping to do, with a big array of one-of-a-kind, unique, not to be replicated die lots, at the moment in 18 count Ida and 25 count Lugana, and it's for a reason, and it's to do with the product development that's happening in the background. I would like to branch out eventually, maybe do some 14, 16 count, maybe do some 32 count, 28 count at the other end of the scale. But at this stage, we're just concentrating on the 18 count and 25 count. More about that to come later on. But the do I stay or do I go Etsy? So I started Etsy with Amaranth X Arts in 2023. It was late 2023, the end of 2023. I set up the shop and then I just walked away essentially, and I didn't put any listings in because I didn't feel like I had enough at the time. So the original listings went in about February of 2024, last year, when I was after I'd had a market stall actually that was very not good. Put it this way, the market stall didn't quite achieve what I needed it to achieve. So at the time I was making handmade books, and I sold one handmade book that didn't even cover the cost of having the stall to begin with. So, oh dear. But I thought maybe I could sell them on Etsy, with a little bit of Instagram, Pinterest, all that sort of stuff, promoting people to go there. But again, the books, they weren't quite what people were wanting. The fabric though was a little bit better, and I actually am quite happy with that because it's been so much fun actually experimenting and playing with all the different dye colors for the fabric, and it kind of reignited my passion for the cross stitch as well. So it meant I started designing my own cross stitches just for fun, and designing a couple of little patterns that I have put up in the store. Nothing extreme yet. I do have plans for more patterns, again, that goes in with the 18 count and 25 count and the experiments that I've been experimenting with. It will come later. But the issue with Etsy, let's get back to that because I keep getting distracted. There's not a whole lot going on, and I'm extremely grateful for the people that I have had come across and purchase my things, and I think people just can't see it. I'm hoping that's what it is. Yeah, there are already a number of Australian vendors that are selling the hand-dyed fabrics, and a lot of them can do the on-demand and the custom and the personalized sort of aspects of it by dyeing to the count that you want and the color that you want. But that's not my model, mainly because I don't actually have the distinct time at the moment to set aside to doing customs and personalized dyes. Also, I love playing with colors. I think I'd get very, very bored if I had to do the same dyes over and over again. So therefore I just keep changing it up and adjusting the colors that I'm putting into my dyes, which makes them all unique, one of a kind. I won't repeat them. They are as they are. So if you really, really want one of them, get in while they're still there. And there's another reason for that too. Each dye lot that I do, I wasn't before, and I had a little bit of disappointment because I ended up selling some of my favorite dyes. But each dye lot I'm doing, I'm keeping aside a piece of the Lugana fabric for myself, and not just to, because you'll notice in the Etsy listings I've got an example stitch, so it's not just to provide that example stitch. All those example stitches I'm doing are actually part of my product development that I'm slowly getting there. I'm hoping to be able to figure out that in the next month or so that I can put it up onto the Etsy store and start seeing how people react to them. So I want to keep each of these pieces out of each of the dye lots myself, which means that I want a variety and I want a big range of them. I am striving to get the whole color of the rainbow in stock, but it just might not be quite the same color from the rainbow each time that I do it, which is, that's just me. That's just AXA. That's just how it's going to go. So with Etsy then, there is, like I said, there's already a number of sellers that can customize and personalize in Australia. So and they've been around a lot longer than I have. They've been selling longer than I have. So they're a lot more established in the Etsy zone, and they're going to get the traffic. And the way that the algorithm on Etsy works is the way that well, this is what I've gathered from all of the Etsy tutorials that I've been watching, but the way that they're set up and that they can have repeat sales on the same item means that they'll get listed a lot higher than I will when things are being searched for. So I'm going to have to do some stronger marketing, I guess, because Etsy's not going to send people my way, and that makes me wonder, what then am I on Etsy for? If I end up having to market myself and send customers myself to the Etsy store, is it better to have a website? Maybe. I don't know. There's a little part of me that thinks I'm so overcommitted with my off time at the moment that I can't actually put any effort into making a standalone website that I'm sending people to. So for the sake of my own sanity, Etsy will stay for now. I will keep up the Etsy. I'll keep adding to Etsy. I'll keep directing to Etsy until miraculous 8th day of the week gets implemented with an extra 24 hours in my week that I can use towards developing something a little bit stronger, maybe. It's really hard when each single item is a one-of-a-kind item, and it means that once it's sold out. So I can't actually accumulate reviews and statistics on one listing because of that. I did have it a different way previously to the refurbishment, but that meant fewer listings as well, so tricky. We'll keep testing, we'll keep adjusting, we'll keep playing. But anyways, all right, so onto that. Let's have a look at the latest color. I'm so ecstatic about this color. I'm so excited. It's a lot prettier in real life. Honestly, I need to upgrade my camera because it can't show you the beautiful pinkness that this pink magic actually is. But we've got the 25 count and the 18 count up in the beautiful pink magic. Actually, it's not up yet. Well, by the time this video goes out, it'll be up. It'll be up in there because I've still got to edit this one. Okay, but it's been all ironed, processed, packaged. It's just waiting for its photo shoot, its portraits, and then listing. So it'll be up there soon. Now, I have to show a little bit of stash. I'll only show a little bit of it. I got an order in from JK's Cross Stitch, one of my favorite online shops. because I decided I was going to diversify a little bit with my shiny stitches, because I love shiny, all things shiny, and I've only ever used DMC light effects, and I've gotten the hang of it. I know how to use them. I can control it now, but there's always been a lot of chatter about different types of metallic threads out there that actually work a little bit better, so I thought I'd give them a go. So I put in an order for some light effects because, you know, habits are habits, but then I chucked in a few other brands or types just to test them out. One of them was the Etoile, so I've never actually used it. I've never used it before, so I've used it for some stitches now. It is nicer to work with, I must admit, but it's not as shiny. Okay, it's a very subtle shine, obviously, because it's mixed in with a standard sort of cotton non-shiny, dull color. The vibrancy of the shine's not quite there. I still like it, and I'm 100% going to use it, and probably will stock up on some more. Next one I got was DMC Diamond. I haven't tried this one yet. I've got some plans for it, so we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, another interesting shiny one. I got some Treasure Breed. Haven't stitched with this one yet, so I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to pair this stitching and put it on some Pink Magic and see how we go with that one. And then I also got some Glisten Gloss, a couple of different colors of this one, but this one might also go on this one, or I do have another pinkish one that I might pair with my Pink Magic and see how it looks. And this final one is not a metallic, but it jumped out at me when I saw it, and I thought, I'll give it a go. Neon yellow. It fully looks like it's glowing in the dark, just being in the light. I love it. All right, now, from the last couple of episodes, you saw me progressing with some of these ones. So the resin worked on a couple, and I thought I'd nailed it. I really did. I thought I had the resin in the little bezel over the top of the cross stitch nailed. And then I went ahead and tried it on some purple ones and destroyed them. Too many bubbles. I couldn't list them. I couldn't sell them as jewelry. I might be able to sell them as seconds in the future. So it had me, so I paused because I had another 3 that I wanted to do in the yellow, and I thought, no, I'm probably just going to add bubbles again to these. So I stopped. And I think I've discussed it with myself over and over in my head. And I've discussed it with the family. I've asked their opinions. And I think I might just be going with them in the step before the resin. So I've got these 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're so blurry. Anyways, I've got these 3. I might take a photo and add them on there so you can see them a bit better. And so they're at the stage where they've been sealed, just your standard PVA seal, so sealed, and then strong glued into the bezel. So I feel like they're protected now. I feel like they're good to go by themselves. Would love to know what other people think if you drop it down in the comments. Would you like to see these ones listed for sale on Etsy? And I'm going to preempt the possibility that people may ask for the pattern and tutorial on how to make these. And it's in the back of my mind. I would like to, and I'd like to offer kits kits as well with full instructions, a couple of different patterns that you could choose from to put in there, along with my hand dyed Ida or even weave. So that's essentially what I'm thinking about, is making different kits for 18 count and 25 count, and that's why I'm just sticking to 18 count and 25 count at the moment. Otherwise that's a hell of a lot of variation of kits that I have to make, and if in the future I get the opportunity, I could do that. But what do people think? I would love to hear some feedback. Any sort of feedback. Would this be a good idea? Not just selling these as is with a little either chain, or I'm thinking leather cord at this stage, like this one on here. And would people, alternatively, if you don't want to buy the finished product yourself, like the option of a kit with full instructions and about 90% of the materials in it to make one yourself or more? Okay, tell me. Tell me down below. All right, and then some other little things I've been playing with. I've been thinking about sustainability and recycling and reusing and stuff like that, and still sticking with my cross stitching theme. And I've been, and obviously I now have a whole heap of resin that I'm not going to put onto my little necklaces. So what do I do with the resin as well to make sure that I actually use everything that I've bought? And I've been, like a lot of cross stitchers, hoarding in my little ort jar all of the threads that are left over from my stitching, from when I trim up the edges of these after they've been dyed, and I've just got lots and lots of threads. So I've done some practicey prototype different options. One is these. Again, I might need to take some photos and put them up. So these ones, technically it's an earring mold, but I kind of like the idea of maybe adding a little claw clip and turning it into a necklace instead. So, and it, in the photo that I will put up, I've been using some old lace that I've just got. So I've put the lace down one side, and I've also put in a whole heap of those loose threads, and I've got some little resin embeds that I bought ages ago, actually, when I was doing some other weird projects, and I've put some of that in there, as well as I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like holographic sort of glittery stuff in the background to make those. And this one as well, which is a tiny little charm, which I've got an idea of what I'm going to actually put that on, but I won't discuss that just yet. Okay, and then doing up these ones as well, just as little needle minders. So again, they've got the a whole bunch of leftover threads just chopped up finely and put into the resin, with some little shiny rocks in them. And I've got, hearts, and I've got round circles, and I've just gotten some really cool little silicone molds with other different shapes and stuff in it. And so I am going to add some magnets to the back of these, and you can guess what's coming. I'm going to make some needle minders / diamond painting cover minders, if there's any diamond painters among you out there. And I'll add them to the shop as well as a cool little extra. Some of them will potentially even match, like I'm thinking about tonight, getting out my leftovers for the pink magic that I dyed, the little edges that have a couple of threads that have come away from them I always tidy them up before I package them. So I'm thinking about getting some of those leftovers and putting them into these little molds and the other little molds that I've got, the other little shapes, and doing matchies. So there'll be some pink magic matching needle minders to go with the fabric, which I think might be cool. I would love some advice as to what people, how people would like to buy them. Would people buy them separately, individually, one needle minder at a time? Or would it be cool to have like a set of matching needle minders, like 2 or 3 matching needle minders in there, or a variety of colors? Yeah. Anyways, any suggestions, please pop them down below. That would be wonderful. Apart from that, parchment paper color has also gone up. Beautiful background for any bookcases or castles or dragons or anything like that in there, or anything earthy really, like a flowery sort of pattern that wants a bit of a dirt background, a soil background or something like that would be great. That's probably about it for now, until episode 4. Bye.